If you're broke and you want to start a side hustle, do not start with something that requires inventory, paid advertising, or thousands of dollars upfront. In my opinion, the best side hustle to start with almost no money is selling digital products. I'm talking about guides, templates, checklists, meal plans, workbooks, printables, prompt packs now in AI world, or mini courses. So it's so simple. You just create the product once and you can then sell it over and over again. Yeah, there's no inventory, there's no shipping, there are no boxes piled up in your garage other than the ones from Amazon that your wife is ordering. I've personally sold more than 20,000 digital products online. I've been an entrepreneur for more than 18 years, and I've built products around health, real estate, business, construction, marketing, and other things I've learned from just doing stuff from experience. Some of my products took weeks to create. My first one took almost a year. Others were built in a matter of hours. So if I were completely broke and I had to start all over again today, this is a 6-step process that I would follow if I was a beginner. Step number 1, skills. You need to make a skills list. The first step is to write down everything that you know how to do or kind of know how to do. And don't immediately say, I don't know anything people would pay for. Got to start working on your mindset. Okay. So that's usually not a true statement. What do people regularly ask you for help with? Or what do you understand more than people? What have you learned through your job? What problems have you solved in your own life? What hobbies have you spent years learning and mastering? So me, I'm a real estate agent, contractor, health coach, marketer, content creator, husband, dad of 3. Every one of these roles has taught me something that could potentially become a product that I can create content with, right? So maybe you know how to meal prep for a family of 5. Maybe you created a budget that helped you get out of debt. Maybe you know how to prepare for a job interview. Maybe you're a parent who developed volleyball drills for your daughter. That's one I've actually thought about doing. Maybe you know how to organize a small house or apartment, plan an affordable vacation, use AI at work, or grow vegetables in your backyard. You don't have to be the world's leading expert at this, right? You only need to help someone who is just a few steps behind you. So on your whiteboard, on your notebook, write down at least 5 skills, experiences, or problems that you've solved. Let's get right into step number 2. Problem. Choose one painful problem. Don't try to create a product for everybody. Big mistake. Choose one person with one specific problem. So your product shouldn't be something like how to get healthy. That's way too broad and generic. So it could be a 7-day high protein meal plan for busy women over 40. Don't create the complete guide to real estate. Create the first time homebuyer inspection checklist. Don't create like, oh, how to use AI. Create 50 ChatGPT prompts for general contractors. The more specific the person and problem are, the easier your product will be to create and sell. So here's a simple formula to use. I help this person solve this problem. For example, I help busy moms plan a week of high protein dinners or under 15 minutes or something. Or I help first time homebuyers prepare for their inspection or prepare for their first purchase. If you can finish that sentence and if you can answer that super clearly, your idea probably isn't specific enough yet. All right, step number 3, time to create the smallest useful product. This is super important. So you don't want to spend 3 months, 4 months, 6 months creating this giant course before you know whether or not anyone actually wants to buy it. So you want to start with the smallest product that you can deliver a useful result. So that's something like, for example, checklists, templates, a spreadsheet like a budgeting spreadsheet, a short guide on how to achieve something, a workbook like to get out of credit card debt or to improve your credit score or something, meal plans, super specific, Mediterranean high protein type meal plans, prompt pack, ChatGPT prompts, Claude skills, things like that. Or simply just a 30-minute workshop with helping somebody show how to start a blog from A to Z. Ask yourself this: what is the fastest product that I can create that helps someone get a real result? Your first product doesn't need to be crazy 100 pages long, 50 videos. A useful 10-page guide can be more valuable than a 200-page ebook filled with generic AI slop information. People are not paying for the number of pages. They're paying for clarity, convenience, and a faster solution. Okay, step number 4, time to use AI. So we're going to use AI to build out the first version. And the purpose of AI here is to just speed up the process, right? So you want to use a tool like ChatGPT to organize your knowledge, create an outline, improve your writing and copywriting, brainstorm examples, and more importantly, catch anything that you might have missed. Then you can use Canva or another free design tool, or find somebody on Fiverr to make the product look nice, clean, easy to use, visually appealing. But don't let AI create the entire thing for you. Your experience has value. Add your personal stories and examples. Add in your mistakes and things you would avoid. All the shortcuts that you learned, these are huge for people. We all want shortcuts. And then the things, you want to add in the things that most generic articles leave out. AI should help you package what you know. It shouldn't replace you, your experience, and what you know. Also, don't get stuck trying to make the first version perfect. The goal is to make it useful, make it clear, make it presentable, professional, and then move on. And now we're going to move on to step number 5, people. This is where you find your buyers. We got to put it in front of real, actual people. Now, before you start thinking you need a complicated website or a massive audience, start simply by creating content where your potential customers already spend time. TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook groups, LinkedIn, X, and then share small pieces of your solution that your product provides, right? So teach one tip from your guide or worksheet. Show how to use one section of your template. Explain one mistake your product helps people avoid. At the end, simply let people know what you that you created a resource that helps them take the next step. You can also show the idea to people you already know, right? And ask, would this help you? Would this be of use to you? What would make it more useful? What things could I add in there? What questions do you still have? You need to get people to kind of go through it and get their eyes on it. Your first goal is not to go viral. Your first goal is to get just one person to pay you. One sale proves that someone wants a solution, and that is going to be super motivating. So last step, improve and repeat. Simple. Once you make the first few sales, talk to your customers. What did they like about the product or the thing? Where did they get confused, if at all? What else do they need to get more results? So then you use these answers and feedback to improve your product. Then you create a second product that solves the next problem. And that's how it would build this into a more than one product side hustle. So you could start, for example, with a $9 checklist, then add a $27 guide, and then you create a $49.97 workshop. Eventually, you bundle these products together to create a larger program or a done-for-you service so you can charge more money. And that's how you build a digital product business one small step at a time. And you don't need to do everything on day one. You just need to get started and create that first loop. It's all about solving that problem and then create the product that solves the problem and then start making a sale. You got to make that first sale. And then from there, get the feedback, talk to people, improve it, and then you just repeat for different niches or just expanding on that product. So if you want more help working through this process, there's a free online event that I'm super pumped about, Side Hustle Summit. It's designed to help beginners who want to use AI to find an idea, choose a niche, and begin building their side hustle business. I'll put my link below if you want to check it out. No pressure. It's a free 5-day event, and you don't need to buy a bunch of expensive tools to get started. So if you're like how I was when I first started, you're stuck between too many ideas. You need a clear plan, and this event could help you get past that initial starting point. I've personally sold over 20,000 digital products, but it didn't begin by 20,000, right? It just started with one sale, one product. And after I made that one sale, I was completely convinced I was in it. I learned what worked, I learned what didn't, and then I just repeated. So if you're broke, stop looking for a side hustle that requires you to spend money that you don't have. It's just gonna add more stress. Start with what you know, solve that one painful problem, and then, super important, create that one useful product. Use AI to build it faster and to get you over that hump, that paralysis by analysis. Then put it in front of the real right people, improve it and repeat it. And that's exact side hustle that I would start if I had to begin completely from scratch over again today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you at the side hustle event. If not, enjoy these free videos, subscribe, and we'll talk to you for the next video.